on the street.
What'd you say? Oh, shit. Suck it. Oh! Let's talk some street defense with a Division I wrestler, Trevor Blue, who, if you saw our podcast, you learned that I decided his name sounds like a cologne. Nice to see you, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, he's trying to wrestle me with a handshake. So if you haven't checked out our Higher Line podcast with Trevor, it's a great podcast, but as long as we had him out here, we decided that we're going to get on the mat and have him show us a few things. We're going to look at defending like a bum rush, somebody trying to come in and just tackle you, crazy bar fight kind of scenario. You're going to teach us
A post double.
Post double.
Post blast double.
So that's if a guy's going to come in and try to put hands on you.
Yeah.
You drop.
Yeah, maybe go for the throat or something like that.
Okay.
Yep.
Some guy that's maybe not actively striking but is closed into your space and you decide I've got to put this guy onto his backside so I can break contact and get away. Or if you're a law enforcement officer, cuff him up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to set the audio down and we'll just jump into it.
Let's do it.
Classic crap we see in every bit of online footage of idiots fighting in bars. And I guess the one context is the reason we want to keep sharing these ideas with you is the gun is a last resort. Some drunk uncle that wants to get handsy with you, you don't shoot your drunk uncle.
Sure.
You know, if you're hanging out in places where there's drunk idiots doing drunk idiot stuff, you should leave. But if you have to act, if you have a sworn duty to act because of your job, you're with your kids, you can't run away, you got to know some things that you can diffuse a situation without just shooting somebody, because we're sick of seeing videos of people just shooting people because it's all they know how to do.
Right.
So we constantly see dudes do this, right? They grab onto guys because it might be all they know how to do. You see so many fights where the guys are just like, just holding each other like a couple of dummies, just rolling around in the mud, pawing at each other's face.
Yeah, definitely.
You see it constantly. And it can become problematic if somebody catches you and slams you into something like a wall, furniture, sharp things.
Car, traffic.
What are some things that a person needs to know to be good at defending that kind of an old-fashioned tackle?
So, first and foremost, hips. Hips is a kind of a conceptual thing in wrestling and grappling, and your hips dictate whether you're going to control the guy or the guy's going to control you. If you control his hips, you control him. So what I want to do when somebody bum rushes me in wrestling, this is a double leg. So if you come for the football tackle, let's say, I'm going to try and stuff your head down, and then if you're in on me, I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to sprawl, which is what I recommend you do, and you can see I'm getting hip separation. And then I also want to stuff his hips and get even more separation. Because extension is a loss of power. So I'm taking a lot away from him.
And now you're in a dominant position.
Now I'm in a dominant position, and I might try to take his back, or maybe I just stuff his head and run away. If he's still in on this shot, stuff his head, break contact, get away.
Uncle Drunko, stay down. I don't want to hurt you. So it could be any scenario that you could be a police officer. Would you say, man, I'm going to get you, and you just drive my head down,
Yep.
and you make that look pretty effortless. But as I start to come in,
So I'm going to get my hips back. I'm not going to keep my feet on the ground. I'm going to let them fly back as I sprawl backwards, right? And I'm going to stuff Mickey or Uncle Chuck, whatever his name is, head down into the mat. Concrete, most likely. And then once his head's down and it's underneath me, I'm going to push on his hips and get separation. And maybe I stay on his head to hold him down. If he tries to get out, where the head goes, the body follows.
where the head goes, the body follows.
So
Let's just run that a few times, not at like high speed, but higher speed where we're not stopping. What did you say? Oh, shit, I thought you were gonna do nothing and let me tackle you. Hey man, that's my girl. I'm taking her.
set match.
Yeah, and that look, like you said, Paul Sharp likes to say, hit them with the earth. You know, so you're like what you're doing. We're going slow speed, but as soon as you grab the back of my head, I just like, I'm done. If that was a regular floor, the person's probably going to be hurting.
For sure, absolutely.
Hurting. How do you defend that?
Defending against hard floor?
How do you defend? So like, maybe even you with your skills, so you drill so often to stop that.
Right.
What if you're the guy that's getting stuffed?
Now that's much different.
Yeah, is that like a whole big rabbit hole?
I can give you a couple of things.
Okay.
And a lot of it has to do with just being a tough SOB.
Okay.
And if you're going to take a double leg on someone, and what I would do in a wrestling match is different than maybe what I would do in the street. But if my life depended on me taking this guy down, I'd do what's called a high percentage takedown. A double leg is a good example of that.
Okay.
So if I'm in and you sprawl on me, right? So if I'm in and you're sprawling, the only thing I can do is, well, I have one of two options. Yeah, if you're pushing hips, I'm either going to have to break away from you, so I might have to post up and then take myself out of it and re-attack you. Or you can go Iowa on their ass.
Okay.
And come in and suck them down.
Oh!
Right? Or drive to your feet or do whatever you want.
So you gotta do that again.
That's more of a brute force kind of.
Yeah, you gotta be strong and explosive.
And don't take it like you need to use your legs and everything. I was just making an example. But if I'm stretched, I'm gonna have to drive up into him, and he might be, continuing to sprawl, and it's not gonna be as easy as just pulling somebody up and driving across. You're gonna have to run your feet too.
And these are, of course, this isn't watch this video and do this and you're going to be good to go, but it's some food for thought.
Sure, yeah.
So you started talking about a double leg.
Yeah.
When would you want to use that? When would you not want to use that? We're not talking about wrestling on mat. We're talking about out doing your job or being on the street.
Yeah. You want to
said
avoid,
if I had an object in my hand I could hit you with.
Yeah. Depending on the situation, because the situation dictates. If that's a garden tool,
Yeah.
and you're my neighbor, I don't want to get close to him.
Right.
Right? I want to stay away. Call the cops, go inside, right? Let's say he's got nothing in his hand. If you had like a water bottle, that's different.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Hydro Flask.
Beer bottle.
Beer bottle, probably not so much.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't, personally, I don't want to be near something sharp or potentially sharp. So, but if you're left with no choice, you're going to do what I would do is something called a post double. And in a lot of these videos, you see guys that are reaching for the head, the throat, right, upper body. So go ahead and do that. What's going to happen is I'm going to change levels, which is a key fundamental of good takedowns, which just means lowering yourself, right?
So I shoot in.
Right? I'm going to lower down, and I'm going to post on his hands. I'm not going to move his hands up necessarily, but I'm going to hold them steady. So when I do lower, and he tries to push down, right? I'm creating my window, right, to drop down, and then I'm going to go head up, behind the knees.
You've got me pinned here, and you're driving here.
Yep.
So I can't, you're just literally just that.
Yeah.
And I have nowhere to go.
Yeah. If you can beat somebody to that, it's really hard. You can defend it, but it's tough, and you want to run. And it doesn't stop just at here. You need to run, literally run. He might not go down all the way. You need to run with the guy.
Change levels. Change level happens. Let's do it again. So you change levels. I dig it. And it is an explosive movement.
Very.
You're like you said, you're exploding, you're driving through, you're pinning the person. Where do you want to get between hip and knee? What's the ideal spot?
I want to be behind his knees.
Behind the knees is ideal?
Yeah, because your hip's strong, right? This whole part of your body is really strong. So I want to take out his support right here. If if I take out your knees, nothing's holding you up.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really hard to pull somebody by the hips and for them to do anything.
Would you grab below the knees?
No, because then you're starting to work against.
Okay.
Yeah, against their center of gravity.
Okay.
Too low, and you are extended, right? So I don't have too much. I'm like pulling with like a lot of lat.
How could I defend that if I'm in that position, if I start to feel that happening? Now, am I going to stuff you?
Yeah, stuff head, legs back, hips back. You can post on my hips just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then you could stuff head and run away. You could take his back.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Very simple movements, except you've learned them to the point where it's split seconds. And
Yeah, I mean, you want to train to a high standard, so.
so later what we're going to do is he and I are going out to bars, and I'm going to start altercations with people and then drive drunk, angry guys towards him,
Yeah.
and we'll film it and see how fast he can stuff heads
Yeah.
into bar floors.
Yeah, that's just a little,
That's a joke.
experiment.
We're a joke. We're joking. For somebody that's looking to add some grappling, wrestling into their self-protection plan, where's a good spot to start? How do they get into this without destroying themselves, etc.?
I don't practice BJJ as much as I would like to, but BJJ is a great place to start. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, for those who don't know what BJJ is, because they have a lot of wrestling technique. You can go to a local gym. And as far as wrestling specific goes for adults, it's actually kind of hard to find, but there's clubs out there. You can go to a local high school and middle school and volunteer as a coach and just say that as opposed to maybe payment, you just want to learn the sport of wrestling, and that'd be exchange for your time. You get taught how to wrestle and give back to the community a little bit.
I dig it, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Trevor Blue on Instagram.
TBlue03, I believe.
I believe it is. At TBlue03. Is that a private account?
No. Yes, actually it is. Yeah, it's my personal.
Oh, it's his personal account. Well, maybe he'll let you follow him. Badass Division I wrestler, former Naval Special Ed guy.
Special ed.
and a friend of ours at CarryTrainer. Mickey with CarryTrainer.com. Trevor Blue, Drew behind the camera and editing desk. Hope you guys are well. Be well. Think about what you're doing. Of course, we pass this stuff on to you. It's food for thought. You never can go view a video here on YouTube or Instagram and have that take the place of training. You have to go get sweaty and dirty and learn how to do this stuff. Do it safe. Do it right. Learn from good people. Don't be dickheads. Don't kick guys like him in the dick when they're not looking. Ah, damn. All right, so show me that. So, you come in.
I come in.
Level change.
Yeah, level change. You want to be a little bit low. Like, you actually do have to get a little low.
I want to go as low as the knee down.
Maybe not that low. Like right about here. Like I'm just aiming sternum,
Okay.
or pecs, let's say, and I'm driving up at an angle. So my head is looking up. You're more like this.
And you literally got your head. That's how I was.
I'm coming. Yeah, you're more like this.
Okay, so stand up. So.
Yes, and just spear, drive. Yeah.
Do you ever concuss yourself doing that?
I got a pretty hard head.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you like literally lock your spine out. So
Yeah.
drop.
I mean, you can go airborne with this, dude. You can.
Yeah,
that's
I feel that. So you get to here.
Yep.
And just boom.
Just like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Drew, you want to try it? Let me throw you a little bit.
Last